Hello everybody, it's that time for another tutorial. I'm in front of the white wall here, so you know it's time. Today I'm going to be teaching you the Extendo fan, which is a move that I made early last year. It's a very simple move, and if you know the thumb fan, you can probably learn this move. The only prerequisite for this move is the thumb fan, so if you don't know that, do a quick YouTube search. There's probably hundreds of videos of it at this time. In addition, if you want to do it the exact same way I do, you're going to need to know the Charliere cut, but that's more so an additional add-on that you can combo it into, not necessarily the move itself. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Now to start off with, when you do your thumb fan, usually you try to get as many cards spread as possible and make it look pretty even. In Extendo fan, you're actually not going to be fanning out all the cards, you're only going to be fanning out about 1/3. So instead of fanning the whole deck, you're going to imagine the deck is in thirds. You're going to have a third at the bottom that's going to stay still, and then a third at the top that's going to stay still as well. And it's the third in the middle that you're actually going to fan. So you're going to fan the middle third to where you still have about a third of the cards on top and a third of the cards on bottom, like so. So third on top, third on bottom. And that's how you're going to be able to do Extendo fan. Now this is going to be something you might need to practice a little bit, but once you get it down, it's not going to be too difficult. It's just a minor adjustment to how you would normally fan a thumb fan. So once you have the deck fanned, you have a third of the cards on top and a third of the cards at bottom. You're going to have to do the extension motion. So it doesn't really matter what angle you put it on. You can do it upside down, to the side, upward, whatever direction you want. How you would normally hold the thumb fan at the end, where you have the four fingers on the back and the thumb on the bottom, you're going to basically replicate that on both sides. So your thumb and your four fingers will come to where those third packets are, those third of the cards packets are, will come up to there. And then basically you're just going to pull. So you're going to pull the fan away, and then these two sides of this hand is going to pull the thirds of the packets to make a spread. For something like that. So quick recap of all those steps. You'll do a fan with a third of the deck in the middle and still have a third of the cards at the bottom and top. You'll then take your other hand and placing it where the packets start at the top and the bottom, the same orientation as your hand would normally be for at the end of a thumb fan. And then you're going to pull in opposite directions. So that's going to create the extension, like so. And now you have a fan with two spreads coming off of it, and it looks pretty neat. Now, once you're in this position, there's a couple of things you can do. One, if you have a good hold on it, you can lift it up, put it upside down, move it around a little bit. Depending on how new the cards are, that might be easier, but you can get it to where it's self-sufficient and you can like put it upside down like you're doing like a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something. So you can play around with it a little bit after you've extended it. It's up to you. I usually just extend it and then basically do the opposite of what I did before, which is just coming inward with both hands together. So extend it, come inward, and then usually you're right back to your original fan. So once you get to that part, you can kind of play around with it a little bit. There is a lot that you can potentially do with this. So the way I usually close it is I will do everything that I've taught up to this point, close it, and then once I have it in the normal handling that I would have for a thumb fan, I will close it with my other hand, just close it like that, and then I'm usually putting it to where I have my thumb and my pinky on the sides of the deck. Once they're there, I'll take off a packet and I will twist it. So I'll twist it out to where it's upside down like that, lift it up, and then do a Charliere cut. You don't have to do it that way, that's just the way that I like to close it. I think it looks nice, and it's what I've just gradually started to do. Just like that. However you want to close it, that's up to you. Really make it your own. And just in general, with any of my tutorials, I want you guys to play around with it and make it your own and try to find new ways, maybe better ways of doing it. So just play around with closing it. You can do it my way, you can do it your way. Just experiment and have fun with it. That's what cardistry is all about, is having fun and experimenting. One variation I want to show you guys before you leave is where you do the fan like you normally would with the third at top, third at bottom, but instead of going out this way, you're going to be going up. So your hands are going to be going opposite directions, up and back, instead of left and right. So going up and back, you kind of take the fan out, and then you have this nice little display where it's off, and then there's a spread going down the middle. If you then squeeze it, you can actually hold it kind of like an axe, which is a little fun to play around with, but it's not super stable, so it's not something I do kind of often, but it is something you can play around with if you want. I like to, you know, make this fake axe that it almost looks like and pretend to hit my brother. It's a very fun thing to do. Maybe you guys will enjoy that as well. So that's something you can try, and I think you guys will be able to learn pretty easily if you have learned the base move. All right, and that's basically the move. It's a very simple move that you can hopefully learn pretty quickly and add to your repertoire. It's a fun little thing you can add, and I think anybody can kind of learn it once they've learned the thumb fan. So once you've learned the thumb fan, check this out, give it a go. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I have another one up on Card Perfect Magician's channel called Tide. I really enjoy that move. It's another variation on a simple fan. In that case, it's the smear fan. So check that out. I'll definitely have some more tutorials in the future. So if you like this video, make sure to like it, and I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll end with a couple demos. If you have more difficulty learning it, you can check these out, and maybe these will help as well. Thanks, guys. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday voice.